What's up, guys? Johnny Con here, aka Not Such a Conqueror. So, um, I've been working with Moloch and Lilith heavy, which is an interesting combination to have. However, my friend told me that working with both of them uh, will inadvertently possibly lead me to a clipothic journey. Now, I haven't studied the clipoth at length. However, I can tell you that the dreams, it's interesting because I first started working with Lilith, and with Lilith, it was kind of more of like confronting like a sexual side of myself or whatever, right? Not that I always haven't had a high, S drive, right? But it's kind of like to embrace it wholeheartedly, which I thought I never had a problem with. But it's cool, you know. It's kind of like in my dreams, I was seeing more like the primal side of human nature. And because I started working with her leading up to the elections or whatever. And it's kind of like, in a way, I was kind of being shown who was going to come out victorious, right or wrong, right? Whether for right or wrong reasons. I was kind of like, I saw these visions in my dreams, right? Now that I've been working with Moloch, it's interesting. I'm all like, why am I dreaming of finding old game consoles? And it's interesting because in a way, I'm kind of being shown game consoles to where like before I even had an ego, right? It's kind of like it's showing me like who I was before I was quote unquote like corrupted by the world or whatever. Like I was shown that. Now, okay, I had this dream last night. In my dream, I kind of found out that my dad wasn't my dad, that I was adopted or something, and it led me to an existential crisis in the dream. Damn, bro. And part of me is like all about that, right? Kind of like, like, man, like I'm down for my immediate family or whatever, right? But in the dream, it's kind of like um, I hung out with my quote unquote biological dad and the dad that I have now. And it's kind of, I was trying to comfort him. I was all like, you know what, man? I don't give a fuck. I still love you or whatever. But it's interesting. Note that started happening when I started working with Moloch a little bit more. Now, you know what they say about Moloch, right? Like who they offer to Moloch on his altar. What if I kind of was putting my inner child on that altar, to be kind of like, consumed or whatever? It's kind of like it's telling me to create a new legacy, a new lineage. You know, it's deep, bro. And there's people that are like, oh, you shouldn't work with Moloch or Lilith. You're gonna have nightmares. Nah, bro. They're showing you the weakest parts of yourself. They're teaching you how to rebuild yourself. To make a stronger version of you.